Just as a compass orients travelers, the OECD Learning Compass indicates how students can navigate through an uncertain and rapidly changing ecosystem to help shape the future we want. It is an evolving learning framework that helps create a common language and understanding about broad education goals. Co-created by policymakers, researchers, school leaders, teachers, and students from around the world, the OECD Learning Compass defines the competencies, made up of knowledge, skills, attitudes, and values, that students need to fulfill their potential and to contribute to the well-being of their communities and the planet. When a student holds the Learning Compass, he or she is exercising agency, the capacity to set a goal, reflect, and act responsibly to effect change. To act rather than be acted upon. But the student is not alone in this. He or she is surrounded by parents, teachers, and the community, all of whom interact with and guide the student towards well-being. The Learning Compass shows that students need some core foundations before they can set off towards well-being. These include not only literacy and numeracy, but also data and digital literacy, physical and mental health, and social and emotional foundations. To shape their future and the future of society, learners need to develop certain transformative competencies. These are defined as the ability to create new value, reconcile tensions and dilemmas, and take responsibility for their own actions. These competencies are developed through a cyclical learning process, anticipating, acting, reflecting. As learners become more adaptive and reflective and take actions accordingly, they continually improve their way of thinking. While there may be many visions of the future we want, the well-being of society is a shared destination. The OECD Learning Compass orients learners of all ages towards that better future. But in a world of change, students need more than knowledge. They need guidance, purpose. The OECD Learning Compass supports them on this journey, but students don't walk alone. They need teachers, and teachers need support too. That's where the Teaching Compass comes in. It outlines what teachers need to thrive, so they can empower the next generation. It's not a separate tool, but a natural extension of the Learning Compass. Together, they represent a unified vision for education, centered on well-being, agency, and growth. The Teaching Compass gives educators a shared language to navigate complexity, embrace change, and inspire futures. It redefines what it means to be a teacher. No longer just transmitters of knowledge, but co-creators of tomorrow. At its heart are 5 key concepts: the anchor, teacher agency, competencies, well-being, and ecosystem thinking. Even when the world shifts around them, the anchor keeps teachers grounded. Being, staying true to your purpose. Belonging, knowing you're part of a bigger community. Becoming, always learning and growing. Teacher agency is central. It's more than autonomy. It's the belief that teachers' actions can positively impact students and systems. Agency shows up as individual decisions, partnerships with others, co-agency, and collective efforts for change, collective agency. To lead learning today, teachers need competencies, knowledge of their field, themselves and their students, skills to communicate, adapt and lead, and attitudes and values that guide ethical, human-centered teaching. Well-being supports it all, not limited to work-life balance, but holistic well-being, physical safety, emotional resilience, and intellectual stimulation. Teachers don't work in isolation. The Teaching Compass recognizes teachers as part of a broader learning and teaching ecosystem. Together, these elements enable educators to confidently design the future of education. The Teaching Compass is your guide, grounded in research, shaped by practice, and ready to support your journey. With the Teaching Compass, we honor teachers for what they truly are: architects of hope, creators of futures, and anchors for the learners of today and tomorrow.